Yo, y'all ain't think I was gonna let this nigga get away with this shit, did y'all? Nah.
You will. Just your 10, not in order.
Yeah,
All
I'll
right,
just stay
I
there.
got MJ, Kobe,
Damian Lillard is a name too.
I got Damian. I have Dame Dollar for sure. But let me get my list before you start
yeah, my
rapping. I got Big Shot Bob. I have Steph, Dirk. Chauncey Billups,
Ooh, like that.
Big shot.
Ray Allen. Damn, I'm almost done. I thought we was doing 15.
No, I
Shit.
shrunk it to 10, so you
I
have
don't
to
like
make some tough
this.
decisions.
I don't like this. Kyrie.
Yeah, I don't even got Kyrie, bro. I'm wild.
Kyrie Irving has one of the biggest shots in NBA history.
And Reggie Miller, but I don't.
I'm wild. You got no KD up there too.
No, I know, but there's a lot of people I don't have. My list is. I had a long. I
But
thought
that's
we were
why
doing
it's a top
15.
I mean, you
10.
got to
No,
pick
no.
top 10.
Top 10, bro.
Those are
I
your
don't
10.
like. We did 15 the other day with
No,
pure
10,
scores.
10,
No,
10.
but you know what?
So here's another video of Colin Cowherd pretty much contradicting himself, right? Because a lot of times with these media members, they lie so much and they talk so much shit, they forget what they say, right? So I want to walk you down memory lane and what Colin Cowherd was saying back then as opposed to what you just heard him say, talking all that shit about Kobe Bryant.
And yesterday he had the key three, the key steal, the key rebound to win the game. I've always thought LeBron's clutch. But I'm always very cautious about like clutch statistics because there's two things that you have to remember about these numbers. For instance, Paul George is 2-32 all time in game-winning shots. Yesterday, his last shot right here, he shot an air ball. I think we could all admit Paul George doesn't feel like the same player in the last minute of a game. Maybe he has a little bit of anxiety. We'd also acknowledge that Tom Brady almost always feels clutch. So I do think there are players. Derek Jeter, for instance, was considered clutch, but Jeter didn't get better in crisis. He just maintained his .315 batting average. A-Rod didn't hit generally on average as well as he did the rest of the year. Remember these two things when you see basketball clutch statistics. Kobe's aren't very good. Is that two things happen. First of all, referees often with a minute to go do not want to decide a game. So referees allow a lot more physical contact late in games. That's what the analytics don't tell you about clutch stats. Referees, you watched the NBA Finals last year. You watched that steal by LeBron James yesterday. There was some contact. Is it a foul? Well, in the NBA playoffs, the longer the playoffs go, the more is allowed. So that they don't mention that in the clutch stats. Refs let more go.
So now he's digging deep into the stats. You see what I'm saying? To discredit Kobe, right? Which his bosses probably threw him out there to do, right? He didn't bring this up, right? He just made blanket statements about numbers, right? He just said, here's the numbers, look at them, right? Basically, to justify shitting on Kobe. But right here, this was 8 years ago, y'all. He's going into the nuances of the game, right? He's being semi-responsible.
Physicality, that benefits a strong guy like LeBron James. The second thing is that players, this is another one of these things that analytics can't tell you about. Players play better defense in the last minute of a basketball game. There is absolutely no question with a minute to go and LeBron's on the floor. LeBron's facing the most intense defensive heat. He's often facing trapping. He's often facing a double team. You'll move somebody on LeBron. You'll have the big stay at home so he can't get to the basket. So none of the analytics tell you that. So first of all, I hate using the word choker. It's just an overused word by fans. Greg Norman, he gagged, he choked at the Masters. After that, Chris Webber called the timeout at Michigan, he choked.
So basically what he'll do, he'll call you a choker if you're not LeBron James. If you're not LeBron James, you're a damn choker or somebody he likes, right? So he just called out Chris Webber, right? He'll call somebody out. He won't call out LeBron.
Webber is a 19-year-old kid in college in a loud stadium. I've called the timeout in the high school basketball games. I thought we had one more. You don't always know the timeout situation. They asked Donovan McNabb once about the overtime rules in the NFL. He's like, I don't know. Like a 19-year-old college basketball player knows all the timeouts left. A lot of times they don't. So I would just caution you. To me, here's what a clutch player is. Like for instance, everybody loves Russell Westbrook. You do realize in the playoffs he's shooting 25% on threes.
So he gonna shit on Russell Westbrook. This is another media's favorite target.
Is that clutch? I mean, do you trust Russell Westbrook taking a big three with a minute left? I don't. He hit one yesterday. He also had 3 misses and a near air ball. Here's Russell Westbrook taking jumpers yesterday. He was clanking them everywhere. He hits one big three and everybody goes, oh, Russell Westbrook's great. Yes, Russell Westbrook had 3 misses and then he got one. So is he clutch or not? So it just depends. I think here's the answer to it.
I mean, listen, LeBron's a better three-point shooter than Russell Westbrook. Nobody's going to argue that, right? Because we're still talking basketball here, even though I have my issues with LeBron James. But LeBron's not a great three-point shooter, bro. You can live with him shooting threes. And he missed more than he made, bro. Like, let's stop the cap. LeBron drives to the rack, too.
When you have a favorite player, does it feel like he can maintain, not be better than, can he maintain Derek Jeter's the classic example, Tom Brady again? You never feel like with Brady, he's bothered by the pressure. He's not necessarily better in pressure, he's not bothered by it. I always felt Peyton Manning clenched his teeth a little in pressure. I felt A-Rod clenched his teeth a little in pressure. I think Paul George clenches his teeth a little bit in pressure. With LeBron James, I don't care. With Kobe Bryant, I don't care what the numbers say.
So now, okay, you guys see there? This is back 8 years ago. With Kobe Bryant, he doesn't care what the numbers say, but this clown just pulled up numbers to try to protect LeBron because this is the script.
Kobe Bryant had the same form and the same confidence. 9 seconds left, 9 minutes left. I don't care what the numbers say on Kobe.
You hear this fucking guy? This is the same guy who told Kobe on the phone in an interview that he was the best player for 10 years. When he died, he said LeBron was the best player for 13 years. Extending all the way back to the 2000s. This dude is a lot of these dudes are grifters, bro. Colin, you're a shock jock, bro. You're not an analyst. You don't break down the game. You're trying right here, but you're a shock jock, bro. That's your job. That's what you do. Your job is to say some outlandish shit to make me do a video, right? And I wasn't even gonna do a video to respond to this shit because a lot of times, like, it's not even really fun like that, responding to this dumb shit. But I have to do this because he jumped out the window, bro. He jumped out the window and he tried to go at He tried to intercept Kobe's praise and throw some disrespect and throw some shit on it. And so I felt the need to address this because now you're stopping the dude from getting credit. You can think LeBron James is better. That's your prerogative. That's your opinion. At the end of the day, the GOAT debate is not factual. It's all opinion based. But these dudes are trying to make it so Kobe Bryant can't have nothing. And I'm gonna show you guys. We're gonna go throughout time. I'm gonna show you guys. Watch. I'm gonna show you guys how they get down.
I've been seeing Kobe live in a lot of big games. He shoots with the same confidence, 9 seconds, 9 minutes, 9 days left in the regular season. When you watch LeBron James outside of that Dallas Mavericks series, when, it was a disaster. I watched LeBron take those shots yesterday. Looks the same in the first as it does in the fourth, as it does with 40 seconds to go.
Okay. Enough of the bullshit, but we'll move on to the next clip.
That guy stinks, by the way. I am done with him.
Who, LeBron?
I'm done with him.
Well, you didn't like his antics last night?
Everything. But he went to Los Angeles and he's become very difficult to like. He's become a very difficult person to like. I was a diehard LeBron James fan.
Yeah.
Since high school. I watched him in high school. He came in, played against the Pennsylvania All-Stars just as high school, and he dunked from the foul line on some little white kid from my high school.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, that guy's really good at basketball. I like that guy.
Yeah.
Had a shoe deal, was driving a Hummer, the whole thing. Went to Cleveland, then he went to Miami, back to Cleveland. But this year, he got his guy. He's got Anthony Davis. He's got his guy. He's got a team, got a new coach. Then he tries to copyright Taco Tuesday.
Come on.
Then the China stuff, which just makes him look like an absolute buffoon. Then he starts yelling during the national anthem. Let's go! And then they lose. It's just like Bron. This was not a game that you could do after everything you've done the last couple months that have made it very difficult to like you. You've become a person, though, that is tough to like.
Yeah.
Very difficult to like.
Okay, so here we have Pat McAfee, the biggest LeBron fan. Even though this cat was talking about LeBron behind his back, and criticizing LeBron on I think it was the COVID shit, right? But all of a sudden, he's the biggest LeBron fan of all time, right? The industry is so fucking fake. But let's hear what Pat McAfee has to say about this GOAT debate with Coach K.
I didn't really know basketball that well. I didn't follow basketball that much. Come from football town, the football town. So that watched The Last Dance. That was basically me seeing Jordan and everybody for the first time without just watching highlights at the time. The state of
So he never watched Jordan. He doesn't know shit about basketball. This is his words. He says he never watched basketball. He says he doesn't know shit. That's not me insulting the man. His introduction to Michael fucking Jordan is The Last Dance, bro. Michael Jordan fucking career ended in 2003. Chew on that. This dude has a sports show where he talks about basketball. Football too and other shit, but he also talks about basketball.
Basketball then, vastly different than the state of basketball now. The people that were playing basketball then, vastly different than the people playing basketball now. Whenever you hear people try to compare who's GOAT, what are your thoughts on that? And how many different iterations of basketball have happened, do you think, since you've had a front row seat to all of them?
Yeah, quite a bit, because obviously the NBA, I work for the NBA now and for 3 years, and about 30% of the players are international. I think our last 6 MVPs are international. It's tough to say. People like to argue that because then they can drink and give crap to one another while they're doing it. But which is great for the sport. But the best player that I've ever been associated with is Jordan. And then there are a number of other people that he can allow into his room. Okay, and a limited number of them, but it starts with I think with Michael, I will tell you one thing about international players now. That's been the biggest change.
Why is that? Why is that Michael Jordan number one? You think is it because of his competitive?
He's a killer, for Christ's sake.
So a lot of these guys who are pro Michael Jordan fans in the media, and no disrespect to Michael Jordan, because you can have him as the GOAT. I really don't care about that shit, right? I just care about people trying to shit on Kobe for absolutely no reason. But a lot of these quote unquote Michael Jordan fans never watched him, right? All these pro Michael Jordan over Kobe or anybody else never watched him. Now I'm cool if you watch Mike and you think he's better, that's fine. I have a problem with the people who never watched the nigga and who be staunch about the shit, like ready to fight you and shit over it, right? There's people been conditioned or people been listening to marketing or whatever to believe what they believe, but they don't really know why they believe it. Now, again, Michael Jordan is worth the hype because Michael Jordan delivered on the highest stage at the highest level, right? So that's credit to Michael Jordan. But it always makes me laugh when you got guys like this who will they would admit, man, I started watching basketball in 2017. It's like, nigga, you don't know enough to have a full discussion on the game. You don't know enough. You need to sit down and you need to shut your ass up.
He could do anything. He got bored and went to play baseball for a while, and then still came back, No, he and his attitude and work ethic, I love him. And I love, he's the ultimate competitor. Kobe was close in that. He's in that room.
They don't like that. Look at Pat McAfee. Look at that shit. He got a job to do. They don't like when that name mentioned, it give them chills.
Obviously Magic and Jabbar and there are a number.
Look at Pat McAfee's face, right? He's getting an erection right now. Like this man is just. Look at his eyes. He probably don't even watch LeBron. He probably ain't watched LeBron's whole career. He's like, this nigga probably never seen the Redeem Team documentary. And look at his eyes. He's like, like he's seeing his wife in bed with like a black man or some shit.
LeBron, Coach K!
Look at this cat, bro. Look at this cat. And I know I didn't cover this at the time. This is kind of old, but I figured I'd throw this in here with the Colin Cowherd shit. Hit all these niggas with one swoop. But look at this cat, bro. This nigga, his head's about to pop off, bro. Like, they have to put this nigga's name in there, dog. This is crazy to me.
And work ethic. I love him. And I love...
This is American media. I'm sorry, Coach K looks like the Undertaker right now, but this is American media for you, dog. This is American media. Just brainwashing.
He's the ultimate competitor. Kobe was close in that. He's in
like
that room. There's obviously Magic and Jabbar and there are a number of them. But
LeBron, Coach K.
Look at this nigga, bro.
No, I'm not gonna say one more. But let me tell you this thing.
He don't want him in that room. Look at Pat McAfee, huh? Look at this dude. He's kirking out. Dude, you don't have to say. How you gonna tell this nigga what to say? Here you have one of the greatest coaches in college basketball history, right? Who coached many, many stars on the highest level. Right? I'm a Carolina guy, but I respect Coach K. But this dude who didn't even watch basketball, right? Till recently, he's gonna have a damn compulsion about this shit.
LeBron is not in the room? No.
You see, Coach K was trying to be nice. See, he's trying not to shit on LeBron, but he's trying to be honest. But these dudes can't take no one's opinion, bro. If you think LeBron's in that room, that's you. You're talking to somebody who's giving a opinion. They trying to give you their honest opinion. You're trying to put pressure on this man, which is unfair. You're trying to put public pressure on this man to say LeBron's name.
Oh, LeBron is in there.
Okay. Jesus.
Look at this cat, bro. He said Jesus. The media is fake as fuck, bro. Yo, I could not be Yo, y'all see why Kobe ain't fuck with these niggas though? Kobe didn't get along with these type of cats, bro. He told these people straight to their face what he thought about these niggas. And they hate him for that. The corporate media hates him for that. Cause Kobe ain't kissing nobody's ass. They fake as hell, bro. He's putting on an act, bro, just like these politicians. Remember when Van Jones was on TV acting like he was crying over Joe Biden? Oh man, it's like your grandfather. Just take the keys. Just take the keys for your grandfather and just like nigga, you don't feel this way, bro. Stop with this shit, bro. Stop the manipulation, man. This shit don't work on me, bro.
Sir, he's not selling tickets.
Look, I'm sorry for pausing that a lot, but who can't see through this shit? Who can't? Who's still this stupid? Who believing in these cats?
Okay, all right. I just want to know for my
His career.
Look at this dude. He wants to know for his mental well-being. What do you look? Just because he said he didn't even say he was in the same room. He said, "Well, he's not outside serving popcorn." Oh, let's see what Coach K said.
LeBron is in there.
Okay. Jesus.
He's not selling tickets outside.
Yeah, he threw his ass in there. He felt the pressure to say it. Now, have you seen anybody force Kobe's name into a conversation like this, bro, for the mainstream media? This is bullshit, bro. They're obviously paying these dudes, bro. The question is, how many of them are getting paid? Because listen, this is what I think about it. I don't think all of them are getting paid, but I do think they're getting incentives, right? Maybe they're getting movie deals, they're getting help on, meeting people with relationships and things like that. They're getting plugged in with people. I think they're getting opportunities like for podcast jobs, networking deals, and such and such. So I think that's what they got going on with Clutch, because if you look at Rich Paul's job at Clutch is to build those relationships. And I think he builds those relationships through LeBron James because nobody knew who the fuck he was before LeBron James. So LeBron James was his first client, and from there he built his name based on him having a relationship and building connections with other guys to LeBron James. So I think that's what it is. They don't pay, because I keep hearing people say that, they paying everybody with these Clutch checks. I think they're paying some people with Clutch checks, but I don't think they're getting paid directly. I think it's more of an incentive type of thing, like a deal like, hey, if you do this, I'll get in touch with so-and-so, put you on, right? I'll put you on type shit. I think some people getting a full-blown check, but that's a topic for another discussion though. Let's continue. Okay, so here is another time this shit happened, right? And I'm just gonna keep rolling these things through because I want y'all to see what's happening, right? There is a concerted agenda to keep Kobe's name on dirt and keep his name associated with things that are negative, right? He was a bad teammate, he was a ball hog, he was selfish, he was a bad human being. What else? Well, et cetera, right? You have LeBron James, he's a great guy, he's unselfish, everybody loves him, right? As if people don't have problems with LeBron James. But also, which we'll probably find out when he retires, but excuse me. Here we have AI, right? And this is the clip where AI is given his list. She asked him, right? They're talking about Kobe Bryant, and he's being asked a question.
He studied shark attack videos. To think about angles that he could approach you at because you move so fast, and he thought that might help you. I mean, when you hear that, he broke a TV in his hotel room because he saw you had a good game and he didn't.
Yeah, that's Kobe Bryant. With Kobe, he was so different. It was like, Phil, I want the assignment. Take Fisher off him, I want the assignment. I've never seen nobody as competitive like him, but Mike. That's it. Like, when people talk about, you know, your favorite players and best players in the world, I say Mike, and I say Kobe.
Uh-oh, you know what happens after that. You know what happens after that.
And everybody else.
LeBron's after that for you?
See, she threw LeBron's name in there. They have to promote this dude non-stop. Non-stop. This is a mission at this point, right? And this is how they're able to brainwash their children, because the media members, right? If it wasn't for these players coming out and you know, pretty much standing up for Kobe, the media would have their way. He wouldn't even be, look, Bleacher Report trying to put that nigga outside the top 10. But the media members, they're all LeBron guys. There's some Jordan guys in there, but they're literally going back and forth about LeBron Jordan all day. Right? Out of sight, out of mind. When Kobe was in the GOAT debate less than, 15 years ago, Kobe was in the GOAT debate. Nick Wright, Shannon Sharp, and I might post something that Nick Wright said about LeBron James. To let you know, to further expose niggas being fake, right? Because they are fake. They are fake as hell. Now, Rachel Nichols, I never had a problem with her, but she was caught on a hot mic talking real greasy. So who knows what she said behind the scenes, but she seemed like a pretty decent person. More, she kind of, she at one point, I think they were talking about like MVP awards and stuff like that. And once she realized that LeBron wasn't going to MVP that year, she said, we need to have another award. And they said, what award is that? We need to have the best player award. Like, she wanted to create a new award for him to have. Just to give him something. Yo, it's insane. It's really insanity at this point, bro. It's really insanity, bro. We have to clap our hands because Bronny makes a layup. Like, the state that we're in is insane, bro. But again, this is how they get down. This is how they operate.
Definitely.
He said definitely. AI serious. AI still a business.
He studied shark attack.
And that's what drove Stephen A crazy, right? That shit right there drove Stephen A crazy when Rachel Nichols asked him again. AI know that they trying to pressure him to change his mind. They know that. That's why they keep asking him the same shit over and over again.
Yes. To think about angles that he could
One more
approach you at
time,
because you move so fast, and he thought that might help you. I mean, when you hear that, he
It's
broke a TV in
irritating,
his
and
hotel
I know
room
AI irritated.
because he saw you had a good game and he didn't.
Because like I don't think AI has anything against LeBron, bro. Like, I think he truly just giving his opinion because he went to war with him, right? And there's some players who gonna go to war with LeBron who gonna think LeBron's better, and that's okay. But how you gonna tell the niggas who went to war and battled with Kobe that they shouldn't consider him?
Kobe Bryant. With Kobe, he
That's
was
that
so
bullshit.
different. It was like, Phil, I want the assignment. Take Fisher off him, I want the assignment. I've never
That's
seen
war
nobody
right there.
that's competitive like him.
Respect.
But Mike, that's it. Like, when people talk about, you know, your favorite players and best players in the world, I say Mike.
You see, when he said that, because he was hearing people try to put LeBron over Kobe, he knew it was fucked up, right? And he got so much respect for Kobe. He didn't even really know Kobe like that. So people can't say, oh, they were friends, that's the only reason why. No, he heard people trying to disrespect Kobe, and he stood on business.
And I say Kobe. And then everybody else.
LeBron's after that for you?
Definitely.
Definitely. Ooh-wee. Stephen A. Smith ain't like that shit. He gonna start hollering at the camera. Oh, God damn it, I told you AI. God damn it. You ain't got AI's phone number no more, do ya, boy? So, welcome back. You guys remember this? Remember this? Where Stephen A. Smith, Allen Iverson's comments about Kobe Bryant, about Michael Jordan being the GOAT, Kobe being number 2, and then everybody else, right? Stephen A. Smith felt the need to intercept the praise, right? And this is what the media does. They throw LeBron James' name when he has nothing to do with the conversation. He has nothing to do with what Rachel Nichols asked. Absolutely nothing to do with it. She threw his name in there. And this dude got upset. Look at this face.
So anyway.
Oh, by the way, before we continue, Stephen A. Smith's agency that he works for has a majority of stake in Clutch Sports. Just so y'all can understand the game that's being played here.
Move on, because there's a couple of other things I want to get to before I get to your tweets as well. There are a few NBA players that I hold in higher regard than my boy, Hall of Famer Allen Iverson. I've said this on many occasions. He actually gets mad at me when I say this, but it's true. I wouldn't be where I am today if it were not for him.
You sure as hell wouldn't.
When you are in this business that I'm in, it helps to have somebody to talk about. And as nightmarish as he made my vacations on far too many occasions, because he always got his ass in trouble when I was on vacation. It was never when I was working. When I was working, he played basketball and there was just beat stuff that happened in the locker room or something. But every single incident that he's gotten into off the court is when I was on vacation. I mean, he was just famous for it. It was just automatic. I couldn't catch a break. I always mess with him for that, because he always messed with me on my vacations. But everybody knows that he's like my little brother. I love him. And, that don't mean we always agree. Just like I said about my man, Ron Clark. Now Iverson opens his mouth.
Uh-oh, he's in trouble.
And dare I say, said something.
He's in trouble with the media, y'all.
It was blasphemous. Blasphemous.
How dare a Hall of Famer who played against this guy give his opinion about Kobe Bryant? How dare he?
He's being interviewed by my former colleague at ESPN, Rachel Nichols. Well, I wish nothing but the best for, by the way. And he recently gave his story.
Come on, do your job, Stephen A. Do your job.
Michael Jordan was number 1. No problem there. Totally agree. I get it. Allen Iverson.
He act like he said Mama
Does he have
Ginobili or
LeBron
some
James
shit.
number 2? No.
Look, he gonna tell him.
Does he have Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, a 19-time All-Star, 6-time champion, 6-time MVP? Does he have him as number 2? No. Who does Allen Iverson have as number 2 all time in NBA history?
Kobe Bryant.
It's Kobe Bryant.
It's Kobe Bryant.
Ladies and gentlemen, Kobe and I did not.
There he is.
It's pretty damn close.
Man, get out
For a
of here.
media member, if you knew some of the conversations that Kobe Bryant and I shared with one another, you realize
Y'all ain't, come on, bro.
we were friends. That was my man.
Man.
I miss him every day. I love him.
They so fake.
So sad every time his name comes up, because I'm reminded of
You as sad as Nick Wright was when he died.
I'll never forget. Kobe Bryant is not the second greatest player. So that's just not true.
How you gonna tell a professional athlete who played against him, who played the game, like how you gonna buck against his opinion, dog? Okay, fine, he has Kobe. Why don't you move on to another basketball player that has LeBron James? Why is the media so desperate to include this dude in every conversation? And see, this is how LeBron got close to Jordan. Because they attached his name to Jordan. And what they did was, over time, because they repeated it so much, part of the marketing was, he's right there with Jordan. Let's put him in Space Jam. Jordan, Space Jam. LeBron, Space Jam. Let's give him the number 23. It's marketing. Then when he fucks up and fails and don't get the job done, he's more Magic than Mike. This is the same dude who shitted on him. He went the hardest in 2011 against this cat, bro. He's responsible for half the narratives out here about LeBron. This shit is hilarious, bro. These people are so fake, bro. And he went on this campaign, y'all, this is right around the time that this man right here went on this campaign, right? Which they threw his ass out there. That's right when he got his deal. He just started this podcast, by the way, because they realized the YouTubers were gaining a voice. And he was going off saying, oh, acting like he was better than the YouTubers, right? And now he realized how powerful YouTube is. So what they did was they sent their goons and their cronies to YouTube to counter our voices. Well, we spoke highly of Kobe Bryant. And I'm gonna show you another clip, right? What happens when you speak highly of Kobe Bryant in the mainstream media. I've never seen such a concerted effort to take away at all times. Even if you don't believe what Allen Iverson's saying, you can't allow this man to get his flowers even after death. You have to take the flowers off the tomb. This is insane. But we gonna show y'all. We gonna show y'all.
It's just not. It's just not. And the points per game didn't equal LeBron's. The assists didn't equal LeBron's. The rebounds didn't equal LeBron's.
So that's what we're going on.
The durability didn't equal LeBron's. He's got more rings. But we can't ignore the fact that the first three came with Shaq in his...
You see how he discredits his ring? But LeBron, he could play with everybody. He could play with Anthony Davis. He could play with Luka. He could play with Dwayne Wade. He could play with Kyrie Irving. He could play with a combination of niggas. Dwayne Wade and Bosh. He could play with Luka and Austin Reeves. And if they could, they wanted this cat. This is how cold the game is, bro. This is how bad the media is. They wanted this cat to get Kawhi Leonard in Kawhi Leonard's prime. They wouldn't have said shit if he would have got Kawhi Leonard. But they crying about Kobe having Shaq. They crying about Kobe having Shaq. Mind you, Shaq didn't win in the 90s with Penny Hardaway. So he can't win with anybody. Shaq played with more stars than Kobe Bryant. More superstar talent than Kobe Bryant. And Kobe Bryant still won more. No knock on Shaq. No disrespect for Shaq. But that's a fact. That's a fact. Shaq didn't start winning until Kobe became Kobe. That is a fact. Right? He brought up... This dude brought up durability. Okay, so Michael Jordan didn't play as long as LeBron. Right? LeBron's got better numbers, overall statistics, numbers than Michael Jordan does, career numbers. But they're not going to use that same criteria. Then when you say that, these cats are going to move to the MVPs, right? Which Jordan dominates in, right? But what about Kareem Abdul-Jabbar? If we're going numbers, Why is it Wilt over LeBron? Oh, because he played in that different era and he didn't really face nobody as a competition thing. Okay, so why don't you use competition in Kobe's favor? I didn't know we decided who was a better player by just stats. That is stupid. We've never decided who's the better player because of stats. We've never done that. At all. Right? We've never done that. It's a weird conversation. Because these cats have Wilt. What, number 9? Number 8 or number 9? It's a very bizarre conversation, but only with Kobe the rules change.
Prime. Meeting the most dominant force of our era, and next to Wilt Chamberlain, one of the top 2 most dominant figures in the history of basketball.
And where do you have Shaq rank? Behind all them other niggas, dog. Stop this shit.
Oh, that dude, the 7'1", 350-pound diesel. Okay? The big Aristotle. That dude.
The big era. He just naming nicknames, bro. And that dude been swept the most times in NBA history. No disrespect to Shaq, but it's true. It's true. And the reason why I bring that up is not to shit on Shaq. The reason why I bring that up is because he's talking about why Kobe won. He's literally trying to, because LeBron James hasn't been able to win, he's trying to poo-poo on Kobe's wins. When Kobe had help, he won, sir. He won more than he lost, sir. Bottom line. When LeBron had help, he lost more than he won. Bottom line. The game has been over for a long time, bro. The game was actually over, sir, when Dwayne Wade came out and said they teamed up to beat Kobe. And y'all didn't acknowledge the game was over. The game's been over, bro, since 2011. Now get that stupid ass look off your face and listen to me. The game has been over since 2011. It's been over with Mike. It's been over with Kobe. It's been over with Kareem and many other all-time greats. The jig has been up on this nigga. You think because this nigga plays for a long time, because you guys won't cover other stories and allegedly somebody had something to say and y'all ain't listen, y'all ain't want to look at the information and put it out there? And I ain't talking about Chill Son, I'm talking about somebody else, somebody more credible in that industry. So I want you guys to know that this is a propaganda news media. They're going to show you what they want to show. They're going to report what they want to report on. And they're going to hide whatever they need to hide for certain people. Now, in no way, shape, or form am I saying LeBron is guilty of these things, right? These are all alleged things, right? There's been no guilt found on his part. But this ain't even really about LeBron being guilty or not. This is about a news organization, a media organization, not bringing you the news, right? So these people try to portray like they're, unbiased and fair when they really not, when they really hide and suppress information, right? So here we have Victor Conte, basically saying that ESPN refused to look at any of the information on this stuff, man. That probably would have blew the lid off this case, right? So it's not about whether they had evidence or whether they didn't have evidence. It's the fact that this organization refused to do investigative journalism, to get down to the bottom of shit. And people think these people are fair? People think these people are fair? Man, I'm finna crush the whole news cycle on this shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm tired of the cap, I'm tired of the lies, I'm tired of the half-truths, I'm tired of the misinformation, I'm tired of the bullshit, man. So I'm going to let Victor Conte go ahead and get it in.
I want to be fair to LeBron. There is no evidence that I know of that's conclusive. And we have to factor in what they call the standard like you have the beyond a reasonable doubt in criminal court. You have the preponderance of evidence in a civil court. Then you have what they call comfortable satisfaction that arbitrators use in the world of sport. These things that you just mentioned, his manager, his agent, his wife, his trainer, all being connected to the biogenesis clinic, as well as another drug dealer at a gym. So it wasn't just biogenesis, there was another connection as well. And then some of this testimony that, you know, his agent on a monthly basis was going by the biogenesis clinic and picking up a package of PEDs with the initials LJ on them. So when you take all this information and put it together.
Hold on, Victor. That he was probably picking up for Lamar Jackson. Right? No, is that maybe that's
could be
Lamar
yes.
Jackson? You know, yeah.
We're back to the comfortable satisfaction. But I'm just adding all of these things that bring this cloud of suspicion. That's what you asked me about. Should they be suspicious? And the answer is yes. You know, I'll tell you something else. When Chael Sonnen, the UFC MMA fighter who works for ESPN, said, I'll tell you exactly what he's taking. He's using EPO. And how do I know? Because I'm using the exact same supplier to get EPO. Why have you or other journalists not went to Chael, got him on your show, and asked him to please explain who this guy is and how he knows that LeBron James is using it? I have not heard LeBron James dispute that. Not a peep, have you?
No.
So when something comes out, now I want to be fair to him, but let me tell you something else I know. Right before I got on this program, I called and I talked with a writer. There's a lot of articles out there. In fact, I even sent some of them to you in preparation for this case, for this interview. This writer was on this case, this investigation, for 6.5 years. The word that he used was that ESPN basically blocked him from saying certain things in his articles and his reporting. He was blocked. He said there was much more in terms of information and innuendo, but they were unwilling to allow him to print this in his articles. So now we've got, you know, later I'll talk to him and see if I can get some of the specifics. But he said, listen, there's more to this than you know. So whatever that means, is that enough to say that LeBron James is guilty of using PEDs? Certainly not. But I believe this does need to be followed up and more questions need to be asked by people like yourself.
So Stephen A., why didn't you report on this? You're the executive producer of your show. Why you ain't report on this shit, my nigga? And you claim to be Kobe's friend, but you reported on the Allen Iverson shit. You covered that, but you ignored this. Why you ain't doing investigative journalism, sir? You know what I'm saying? And you also didn't report on the Dwayne Wade statements that he made about why he joined LeBron in Miami. You buried that shit as well. I don't forget shit. Your ass was MIA. You covered when to see who was better between Dwayne Wade and James Harden. You heard when Dwayne Wade mentioned that story about him and James Harden, that comparison. You heard that shit, but you didn't hear you didn't hear when he was sitting with 2 other Hall of Famers about to go into the Hall of Fame, what he said. That changed NBA history, that created Super Team era. You didn't hear that shit. I know why you didn't hear that shit, Stephen A. You didn't want to hear that shit. You heard it. You heard it. You went on about your business, looking like a member of Right to Censor. This nigga dressed like a Jehovah's Witness. This nigga dressed like Colonel Sanders and shit. And y'all deserve to be roasted. You did not hit 17 threes in the game, my nigga. Stop with all this bravado and tough talk and the way you staring into the camera, trying to impose your will on AI. Now I know this is an old video, y'all, but this nigga pissing me off the way you looking at the camera right now. looking at the world like he's spitting facts, like he mad. You just gonna have to be mad about this shit, dog. You just gotta have to be mad about this shit, bro. You know, you guys have a different standard for people. I heard somebody say, well, I don't count second option rings. But if LeBron wins this year as a third guy, you're willing to count that shit. Funny. The double standard is hilarious, bro. Okay, so I'm back right now, and this is one of my past videos when I first started, right? And this is when I started to develop a hatred for the media. This is where I started really looking and seeing that damn, like they really trying to like take away credit from Kobe. This was about, hold on, how many years was this? This was 2 years ago. This is when I first got on YouTube, guys. I think I've been on YouTube for about 3 years. And I started noticing, right, that they were trying to take their little shots. And these people were trying to sully the reputation of Kobe Bryant of LeBron James. But I noticed that every single time something was about Kobe, they turned it into a LeBron topic, right? So every time Kobe got something, some praise or some credit, somebody would come in and interfere with it and say LeBron's name, right? It could never be Kobe on his own getting credit for something. It's like, well, what about LeBron? LeBron? Are you crazy? What about LeBron? Right? It's a very sick thing. I can't find a clip. There's a clip of Tim Duncan during his Hall of Fame induction interview. And they asked him about LeBron James during his moment, bro. Like, these motherfuckers are sick. But when you're getting paid, you gotta keep the lights on. You gotta do what you gotta do. But I want you guys to hear this conversation. This is where Trevor Ariza was sitting on Shannon's couch, and hold on, let me go back. Let me see if I can go back to it. So check this out. Trevor Ariza was sitting with Shannon. Trevor Ariza said that Kobe was his GOAT, right? Kobe was the best player ever, right? Listen to this.
Mike is in a completely different, he's by himself.
Right. Let's go back.
Yeah. He is.
You got Kobe over Mike?
That's just
I said, when you make a comment like this, are you even qualified to talk about
let me go to that. Hold on, real quick. Let me go to that real quick. Because this was, I forgot this was in the video. Oh, y'all in for a treat.
My opinion, man, it's Mike and then it's Kobe. And then they say all the other stuff. Like I feel like Kobe gets slighted when they get to talking about all
people who played against Kobe.
Thank you.
They know.
Legendary Dominique Wilkins.
Thank you. Like that's what I say. Like I feel like I see it. To me, I don't get into debates no more because it's useless. Everybody got an opinion and a voice and this, that, and third. But anytime somebody try and go crazy with me, I throw my trump card on the table. I say, well, look, I done guarded both of them and I done scored on both of them. And whoever else you bring into the conversation, I did that with them too. So I got a bigger opinion than you.
Yeah. Well, see, if you haven't played against either one of them guys, you don't realize how good they really were. And, it's easy for people, especially, when you have different social media feeds, when they, get with these comparisons, who's the GOAT, who's the greatest, who's not. I don't buy into all that. But when you play against guys like that and you know firsthand what they bring to the table, both of them was lethal. And they didn't care anything about you when they got on that floor. They were trying to cut your throat, And it was the same way, And that's why I had, man, look, man, I ain't trying to play with you. I'm trying to bust your ass. That was real shit. Yeah, and that was our mentality, man. But those two,
And that's fine for me. And Michael said it best. I can't say I'm the greatest because I didn't play against Will. I didn't play against Russell. I didn't play against Oscar. You know, and he said, y'all say I'm the great. You know? And he said, that's cool, but those guys, you know, that's what we flow out of. It's those guys. And so a lot of times, man, them guys don't get the props, and these guys won championships after championship after. Like Dr. J. How often do people talk about Dr. J?
Not often.
And like, y'all understand who this guy was? Kareem, yeah.
He favorite player though. Yeah. Talk about the doc.
Big
But,
facts.
you know, a lot of times, you know, we got people who see the game, enjoy the game, they're fans of the game, but don't know the game.
Yeah. They don't know the game, and I run into them niggas all the time on YouTube, and I'll be looking at them niggas like they crazy. When they be like, man, yeah, Kobe ain't like that. Like, nigga, you don't know basketball, bro. And I really don't want to have a conversation with you, to be honest with you, because number one, I'm getting too old for this shit. I don't have that time for it, to have a headache. I'm dealing with my wife, my kids. I got other shit to do, so I don't really engage in debates like I used to. And so, I don't have time for that shit. I kind of feel like Q Rich, man. Just like, yo, I ain't got time for that shit.
That's what you have. That's what you have. You know, you look at the fan back and play. The average fan knew the game. Yeah. They knew the game. Yeah. You know?
The average fan back in the day knew the game, yo.
You know, a lot of times, you know, I had an analytic guy to tell me, he said, made 2 is not as good as a missed 3. I'm like, huh?
I don't even make.
I'm like, how much sense that made?
Like,
what?
Come on,
so
man.
a made possession, when we put points on the board, that's still not a good shot opposed to guys just missed 3.
What?
I'm like, man, get out of my face.
That is the level of ignorance that resides in some of these front offices.
That's an analytic.
Not all,
They be
not
trying to
every, but that is the type of common sense that you have to encounter, bro. Like, you just said, what? Like,
sometimes
not as good as a non-bucket? In what realm? I don't care what you're trying to say. What? I scored.
I said, when you make a comment like this, are you even qualified to talk basketball to me? You know.
It's revenge of the nerds, man. Revenge of the nerds. The nerds done took over basketball. They in these front offices making decisions. The nerds done took over the media talk. They online with podcasts and stuff. The nerds, this is revenge of the nerds, though. And Kobe was that cool kid that they just hate, they jealous of. You know what I'm saying? Kobe had the perfect life. You know what I'm saying?
Best player ever.
Wow!
Yeah. He is.
You got Kobe on my mic?
That's just to me, he's the best player ever.
Wow!
Yeah.
He said to me. To me. He didn't say you have to have him as the best player ever. He said to me. He played with him. He helped him win. He knew what it was like to be with him in the locker room.
Yeah.
You got Kobe on my mic?
That's just my favorite player.
Right.
But, I mean, Mike is in a completely different, he's by himself.
Right.
But if I had to say, Kobe is the best player ever.
LeBron James is the oldest player in the NBA.
Look at this.
Trey, you played, 1B. Kobe 1A.
So you gotta throw LeBron in there. Look.
But if I had to say, Kobe is the best player ever.
And look, because he didn't give the right answer, watch what happens to him.
Is the oldest player in the NBA. Trey, you played, 1B. Kobe 1A. 1B.
See, they don't like that. That's what got them triggered. That's what made them do the show. But notice they didn't do a show on Dwayne Wade's comments. And Dwayne Wade.
I was mad about it. I'm still mad about that shit. You see, I brought that up in the other video.
He's a first ballot Hall of Famer, right? He was a superstar in the NBA. Chet is Dwayne Wade, right? Dwayne Wade, right?
Because they're gonna chastise him for his opinion, right? Because you must praise LeBron. This is what this is all about. They'll throw Kareem's name in there, Wilt's name in there, but they really not. They don't give a fuck about the names because they barely bring them up when they talk about the GOAT debate. They only bring them up to throw them in there. Yeah.
Question he asked.
Here we go, y'all.
Well, first of all, I'm confused. You said Kobe run that, but he did say
You shouldn't be confused. You should go. You should have asked him questions when he said that. You shouldn't be confused. You're the interview. Why the fuck are you still confused after the interview?
class by himself. So is Kobe in the class by himself? Jordan in the class by himself? Let's not lose the comedic element of that. Because did you see how exaggerated works?
See, their job is they have to laugh it off and make it seem insane when the players, they're not laughing. They dead ass serious. You see how Dominique responded? Dominique was dead ass serious. He's saying these niggas don't know basketball.
I wanted this brother to be a guest. I appreciate him being on the on my show, but damn it, what is he talking about? But for me, Lance, I think in order for us to have the GOAT conversation, I think you have to have criteria.
You see that? Okay, in order to have a conversation, this motherfucker said a conversation. This is his fucking opinion. Listen to this.
Yep. My criteria is you have to win 3 regular season MVPs and 2 finals MVPs. That's
He just came up with that criteria.
This is his fucking criteria. But yet these clowns keep pushing this shit on everybody else. Everybody doesn't have that fucking criteria. Fuck your criteria, nigga.
And you know what's crazy? And I was starting to get mad. That's when I was starting to get irritated with the media because they wouldn't leave this nigga alone. Like his death was still fresh. But with Shannon, right? Like, bro, you have the right to your opinion, right? Like you're trying to override, and this is why I'm doing this video, because these dudes trying to override. This is the many times when it comes to Kobe, they try to override somebody else's opinion with their opinion, right? They only do it with him. They don't do it with nobody else. When Michael Jordan's getting his flowers, nobody interrupts. Now they're starting to shit on Michael Jordan, but not when he's getting his flowers. They don't interrupt that, right? So Shannon's mad because he didn't mention LeBron James, and that's really what this is about.
Magic. That's why LeBron, Wilt. When we think of guys like that, that's why we put.
He threw in Wilt, but he'll never mention Wilt's name in the GOAT debate. He's just throwing guys in there because they really want to argue LeBron. That's what this is all about. Don't be fooled by this shit.
In the GOAT conversation. Now I get it, the flair for the dramatic. Kobe.
Nigga, I had some Magic Johnson fans come and sit here and say, hey, I think Kobe's number 2, I got Magic number 1. And I said, okay. I didn't block them. I didn't call them stupid. I didn't call them ignorant. Nigga, they watch basketball. They think they have a different perspective on how they view the game. Even LeBron James fans. I didn't block LeBron James fans. I went toe to toe because they tried to get at Kobe's career, right? But other than that, I don't go at people for their opinions.
Shot. But it's just not all about rings. You look at LeBron, a 13-time first-team All-NBA player, a 17-time All-NBA player, a 20-time
Look at this. Look at this. He run it down. Do your job. This is the same nigga who said LeBron can beat Kobe 1-on-1. Now, I don't know if y'all watch 2 Raw's video. Go to 2 Raw's channel, subscribe to 2 Raw for TV, Dark Apocalypse, or I think it's Dark Apocalypse, yeah. That's what he calls himself now. And the word on the street is, I don't know how true this is, I gotta look it up. Word on the street is that LeBron lost 1-on-1 with Bronny. You think that nigga beating Kobe? You out your goddamn mind. But this dude thinks LeBron can beat Kobe 1-on-1 because he's bigger than him.
Just begging, these niggas are begging and pleading for everybody to have LeBron James in their top 2. This shit's crazy.
But, people like, okay, Jordan, and the guy who really never got any credit was Kareem. Because he had 6.
Y'all never bring him up. Look, they're wondering why Kareem doesn't get credit. You motherfuckers never bring him up.
That's facts.
The conversation's Jordan LeBron because you motherfuckers make it Jordan LeBron. The kids are gonna repeat whatever the fuck you guys are talking about. And you guys know that.
That 6th championship, he was the all-time leading scorer until Brian surpassed him. I think a lot of this is like when you play with someone, you have an affinity, you have a sense of.
So they love statistics, right? Let's get this out the way. They love statistics, but they don't want to bring Wilt Chamberlain into the conversation. They want to just dismiss his era, right? Because they know that Wilt Chamberlain's statistics blow everybody else's statistics out the water. So they don't want to use that. No. Yeah, we don't want to qualify that. We're going to go past the 60s. We're going to go to the 70s. Oh, Kareem's got the scoring championship. He's got 6 championships. Oh, no, it ain't all about rings and records, right? Then we get to LeBron.
And that's my thing. They want to nitpick the conversation. But to Shannon's point that he's trying to make, never mind. I'll go ahead and let it.
We get to MJ, 6 titles, you know what I'm saying? No finals lost, right? Oh, it ain't always about being perfect, right? So now we got to diminish the criteria even more. Oh, Kobe won. He has the accolades. He has the numbers. He's probably the most skilled player of all time, but he don't belong in this conversation. Why? Because awards we wouldn't give him as the media.
Yep.
And you know he deserved.
They wouldn't give him the award.
Shit's crazy, bro. But LeBron doesn't have to win. He could go to NBA Finals after NBA Finals after NBA Finals. He could lose. Losing counts against Jerry West. Losing counts against everybody on the list except for LeBron. Right? Then we have to factor in stats, which they discount Oscar Robertson and all those other guys for. Bullshit, man.
And I'm in Team LeBron.
Okay, so, but the thing with Shannon is, and this is why it's so frustrating, with Shannon Sharp, he tried to dismiss Trevor Ariza as like, oh, well, that was his teammate. Nigga, there's plenty of teammates that don't choose Kobe as the GOAT. They might have Mike, right? Some of them might choose somebody else, right? Like, if he would have chose LeBron, you wouldn't have had a problem with it. And see, this is what you call being disingenuous. He tried to dismiss Trevor Ariza's opinion. And the reason being is because he didn't say LeBron. That's basically what it is. If he would have said LeBron, everything would have been gravy. Everything would have been cool.
I think finally, though, I will say this. At least to me, there are 2 guys.
Here's Alf. Here's Alf right here.
Oh, I forgot to call this nigga Alf. I was mad as hell.
By the way, y'all, Stephen A's Mr. Potato Head. Shannon is Charlie Horse. And this is Alf.
It's LeBron and Michael Jordan. Like that, and it's a worthy of.
You see what this is all about. This isn't about no Wilt. This ain't about no fucking Kareem. This is about LeBron being up there past Kobe. And this is their mission. This is what they have to do. In order to get a job at these networks and stay on these networks, because all the pro Kobe guys, they're not gonna be nowhere to be found. They're not gonna get jobs. The only niggas who get jobs are the Jordan and LeBron guys.
Hey, I'm gonna be with Jordan. I'm gonna, look, and part of it is personal bias. That was my bladed era. And my whole career's in the 90s. This dude won 6 titles in the 90s, all right? So,
and see, this is absolutely fine. What he's saying right here, no problem. No video would be done on this.
But see, you see what happened, right? And so Shannon just dismissed Trevor Ariza's opinion because he said he played with Kobe, right? Or he played against Kobe. Okay? Tim Legler played against. That's usually how it goes. You don't dismiss Amon Shumpert's opinion. You don't dismiss Kendrick Perkins' opinion. You don't dismiss Richard Jefferson, Shannon Fry, Gilbert Arenas. You don't dismiss their opinion because they have a relationship with the person. You don't dismiss their opinions. You accept their opinions. Right? But when it comes to Kobe can't have the same shit. It's always a different standard. It's always a different standard. This is why I don't like these people, bro.
Until where he goes next.
It is a little bit personal because you see. Which one's the real 23? We saw it up close to one on the left. I appreciate it. Playing that number.
He came into Washington and he picked 26. I just left there. I understand he wanted to honor me.
Okay, alright. I ain't gonna deal with this shit. Niggas getting chummy at this point. But anyways, man. That's gonna do it, man. That's gonna do it for the Kobe Bryant film home, man. All these people are fake. They're all actors. They all getting paid. They all getting an incentive. If you work at ESPN, you have to promote LeBron James nonstop. These are the same people who do posts when LeBron lose to hide the fact that, look, they got so crafty with the shit. When the Lakers lose, they don't even put LeBron's picture up there. They put like somebody else, like role players. They might put a picture of DeAndre Ayton or Luka or some shit. And you be like, damn, where's LeBron? But when LeBron wins, they combine his stats. They used to do that with AD. When LeBron win, they'll say, well, AD and LeBron combined for 60 points. And LeBron had 20, AD had 40. Or LeBron and AD combined for 55 points, right? And AD had 40. LeBron had 15. They showing the nigga's son shooting free throws, my nigga. This shit is crazy, bro. Free throw highlights. So this network, man, when he loses, they praise him. They say, oh, well, if he scored 41,000, he's at 42,000. He's at 43,000. He's at 44,000. They'll make up stats just to avoid criticizing him. Right? And then they turned around when he was going for the 10-point streak, right? He literally was hunting the 10-point streak, right? They turned around and said, well, LeBron doesn't play for stats. He doesn't care about stats. He's trying to win. It's like, bro, we all see him trying to go for the streak. Like, you guys are lying. You guys are obviously compromised. And then, there was one night he was unselfish, and they started praising him like crazy. Like, yeah, see, look, he don't care about numbers. And then a couple of weeks later, the nigga's stealing a rebound from Austin Reeves to get a triple double. He's in there during garbage minutes against one of the worst teams in the league, collecting stats, just out there hunting and shit. Boy, I tell you. And listen, y'all gotta go watch the Behind the Bench Sports Network, man. We got JB up there. JB just did a classic video, a good video on Dalton Connect and how his career has been rolling. Which the media won't talk about the ugly side of this shit, right? But anyways, man. This is the Kobe Bryant film room. I just had to expose this clown, Colin Cowherd, and all of this media conglomerate. So y'all like and subscribe to the content. You know what I'm saying? Hit the notification bell, tune in, share it, share the content, and I'll holler. Peace.